fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world. Out of the red corner!
Yes, ladies and gents, welcome back to In the Red Corner podcast with me, Ross. I hope everyone's well this evening. I'm now representing the new In the Red Corner podcast made by Violent Gentlemen. Much appreciated to him. We've got a little video. In the Red Corner podcast is proud to announce that it's now part of the Violent Gentlemen family. They're a Northern Irish-based company and supply great fighters like Danny Christie, Jack Draper, Connor Cook, amongst many more. Make sure you go over to Instagram and give them a follow. It's a big shout out to Violent Gentlemen there for supplying us with this. And, like I say, proud to be part of the family. Tonight I'm joined by the hardest man in the world, as he's named himself, Robbie Brown. Here he is. Yes, Robbie, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
All good, all good. How are things going? How's camp?
Yeah, it's going good. I've got 2 weeks off work, so 3 times a day at the moment.
Training 3 times a day, huh?
Yeah, I've joined like a boot camp with a body doctor, so I do that at 6 o'clock. That's pretty good. I didn't think boot camps would be good, but they are.
Yeah.
And then at 10 o'clock I do MMA, and then I box on a night.
Oh, nice one. Good stuff. This fight is probably the most talked about fight for a while, hasn't it? You and Mr. Fox, Gary Fox, there he is. There's the fight poster. How did it all start about you and Gary Fox then?
Well, it's a bit of a weird one because I don't know him personally, but I've heard of Gary, like everybody has, like in the northeast. And he fought in the same show that I fought Ben at, and he forgot his gum shield, so I give him a gum shield to remold, and it's like that's how. And then he messaged me like saying, "Oh, like thanks for that," and it just went from there. Really, he was like, "Oh, me and you would be a cracking fight." So I was like, when I thought, do you know what? It actually will be, like, especially if it was in Newcastle.
Yeah.
So we both just tried to push for it, and it's happened.
Yeah, Gary's got, I think he's from Leeds originally, isn't he? And he's moved to, he's got links to Leeds anyways, I think.
Yeah, I think he's got loads of family and friends in Leeds.
Yeah, so it's almost a bit of a home show for him. But it's at the Planet Ice, Leeds, the 18th of November, BKFC 55. The card is unreal. Have you seen the card yourself?
I've seen the posters that they've put out, and it's going to be a cracking night.
Isn't it? It's one of the best cards I've seen. I'd say it's better than the Wembley card, to be honest, with all the fighters that are on there. Danny Christie headlining, Anthony Holmes out fighting again as well.
Be nice to have Mickey Terrell on there.
Yeah, Big Mick as well. He's waited a long time, hasn't it? But
yeah, he's busting to get back in, isn't he?
He is. All right, let's see what happens with that. Time will tell, I suppose. So, I'm interrupting your supper now. You've just ordered a pizza.
I've got my son in bed, and he's kicking his legs while I'm playing on his game, and he's going to kick it over. So I've just started moving.
So weight isn't really an issue for you because you're coming up in weight for this, and Gary comes down in weight. Do you think that's going to be a factor in the fight at all?
I'll definitely feel his power. Do you know, like I'm naturally a 56 kilo fighter. He's he's fought at 70, 77, so he's cutting a lot of weight. So he'll be definitely stronger than me. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, there's not many people to fight like under 66, so got no choice really.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk. The last time you were out as well, you first fight at the BKFC against Ben Atchett. John Chip Chase came into the ring. I know Jono's now fighting on the Prospect show.
He's headlining that.
Yeah, he's headlining that. That's right, and that's on the 14th of October. So it's only a couple of weeks away. 14th of October at the Olympia in Liverpool. You can get all your fighters from all your tickets from the fighters. Do you see that fight happening with John O now then?
Well, it's a weird one because I'm actually going down to spar with him. So obviously, while we're not fighting, we're just going to use each other, for some good sparring. So we might end up not wanting to fight each other.
Yeah,
It's either gonna go like that, or it's just going to make it more exciting for the future.
definitely.
If we have like really competitive spars where you can't pick a winner, it'll make a good fight without the gloves.
Definitely. And I mean, obviously, not looking past Foxy. You've got big aspirations to get over to America. Who are you looking for next after Gary?
I'm looking past Foxy because I'm going to punch his head in. It's just going to be a one-sided 5-round, just beat down like. But
Is that how you see the fight going?
Yeah, he's just going to walk forward. He's pretty stiff, and I'm just going to. I don't think he'll hit me much. The only way he will is if I gas out and I'm stood still. That's the only time he'll hit me in that fight.
Do you think you're too quick for him, or?
Yeah, too quick. I move too much for him. The only chance he's got of beating me is if I stand in front of him and play conkers.
Yeah,
that's the only chance. He's got a puncher's chance. So
I think that's what Nate Hine done that as well. He was in and out. He was moving all the time. Gary does want someone to kind of. I'm not taking anything away from Gary because I've got a lot of time for the lad. He's a great lad, but he wanted the stand in front and bang war kind of thing.
That's where Gary Fry's from, like a brawl, like a good brawl. But I mean, I know it's bare knuckle, but it's still boxing. At the end of the day, you've got to box, and that's the way to beat a brawler, just by boxing him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Gary was an ex-professional boxer himself, so I mean, he can box.
Can he? Can he really?
He can. I've seen it. I've seen him sparring with Danny Christie, and honestly, them two going at it are unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. All I'm saying is bet your house. And it's not on Gary.
There we have it then. So what were you saying? Sorry, you were going to say, aspirations about going to America.
I'd love to fight in America. Ever since I started fighting, my dream's been to fight like all over the world, and I've done like France, Sweden, Ireland. Be nice to get some more places. I nearly had a fight in Russia, but because of visa situations, they didn't want to risk it. So yeah, going over to America, and there's 3 people that are on my mind at the moment, which is the 145 champ, 135 champ, the 125 champ. Any one of them can get it.
So Kai Stewart, John Dodson,
yeah,
and who else? That slips my mind.
Reggie Barnett.
Reggie Barnett, that's the
Well,
one.
Kai Stewart's the easiest route to being a champion because he's absolutely fucking dog shit. Like anyone he fights next, he's going to get beat off. And he needs to put that fucking belt down. I keep saying it, but he's taking it everywhere with him. Nobody will even want it after he's finished with it.
It'd be well used.
It's going to start discolouring. Fucking stinking of barbecue. He takes it a barbecue every weekend. Big whopper. I can't stand that cunt. I really can't. I'm going to wipe that tash straight off his face.
And obviously John Dodson as well. Obviously just beat
JR Ridge.
JR Ridge, sorry. Well done. Just beat JR Ridge in a great fight there. How did you rate that?
John just kind of, I don't know what happened, but John just kind of like, it was pretty quick. I don't think JR Ridge got a chance to show off his skills. But there has been talks of me and JR Ridge as well, like verbally. So that might be a route to get a John Dodson fighting him first.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rick Doherty there as well for the £10 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Rick. Much appreciated. It really does go a long way. Another comment there is ask Robbie if he found his parrots.
Yeah, I did.
You did find your parrot, didn't you?
Yeah, like 24 hours later, a guy rang me and said, "I think your parrot's in my bush." And I went over to the bush. It's like 100 yards from where I flew away, and she's looking at me, hello. little prick it was.
Last time I seen you as well was down at was over your way, Hartlepool, where you were doing the 1 hour spa.
Yeah.
For Layla O'Donovan's brain tumour fund. Well done for that, unbelievable, great charity cause.
I think we raised around 1,600 quid for that day.
Yeah, brilliant.
Really
it was class. It was class. It was nice to see the the little kids getting involved in that and you playing along with them and stuff. And Ben Hatchett came to support you as well, which must have been nice.
That was really nice. And we've done a little video as well to try and get some more sponsorships, because he's got a good following, hasn't he? So
yeah,
that was nice of him.
It was good. And the last 10 seconds in that round, you just really went for it, didn't you?
Yeah.
So Robbie Brown only happens in Hartlepool. Losing your parrot. If anyone's got any questions for Robbie in the comments, give us a shout and I'll ask him.
The way I lost it as well, I had it on a harness at the beach, and people were like, "Why isn't it trying to fly away?" And I was like, "Well, it probably won't." So I was like, "Should we try?" And then I unhooked it, and it just flew away within seconds. Like it knew. Just wait for it. Like, look at this dickhead. So yeah. What, mate?
I want to be the dippy.
Okay. Do you want to show your muscles on the camera?
No.
Okay, we gun shy.
No.
Comment there. Fox can't box. I don't know much about. He can box, definitely. I've seen it in person. And he can. Robbie the Beast Slayer Brown, well done, lad. Class, going to the BKFC 2, going places. How do you find the support that you get and everything?
It's crazy, mate. It's like absolutely crazy. Everywhere I go, even on holiday, people were coming over talking to me about it, getting photos. It was mint.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go now, people are asking about the fights and stuff. I'm getting loads of free gear as well, like sponsorships, loads of money. So yeah, it's gone crazy, and like I've sold probably 100 tickets already for the fight, and it's only just been announced.
Brilliant.
So yeah, hopefully all goes well and sell more.
Yeah, it's a couple of Northeast lads going on the card as well, so it should be a good showing. I can't wait for it, honestly. What we're talking, 6, 7 weeks now.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I'd say that from start to finish, the card's just absolutely stacked.
Yeah, they've gone all out with this card, haven't they?
Yeah, they are finishing the year off in style.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's in Leeds. I thought they would have done it in Newcastle, because there was talks of it to be in Newcastle, and obviously you've got quite a lot of Northeast lads on there.
Yeah.
And then obviously Danny Christie, he's closer to Newcastle than he is Leeds.
Yeah.
Like Leeds another 2.5 hours, 2 hours or something.
Yeah, but I think much like yourself, I mean, Danny's going to sell tickets, doesn't matter where it is in the country now. I think he's got that kind of status about him. Yeah. You're obviously not far behind, I don't think,
Yeah, it's going really well. Like publicity and the support.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So it's great that you give them back as well. The likes of like Layla O'Donovan's the brain tumour fund and things like that. It's great that you give them back too.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do 1 or 2 things a year. But instead of like just doing it for a charity where it just goes to the charity and stuff, we're trying to find individual people. What, mate?
Why give me this?
You do it. Daddy's on the phone. So we're going to try and find like individual people, that have a story like that.
Yeah.
And they can do something for them, and the money goes direct to them, and they can buy some nice stuff or go on holiday or do something. So we're trying to do 1 or 2 of them again, just try and find people with stories like that.
Aye, fantastic. So I mean, you mentioned those 3 fighters in America. If you had to pick one, who are you picking?
John Dodson.
Yeah.
I've watched him since I was a kid. Like since I first started, he was at the top in the UFC, fighting Mighty Mouse. So like to fight him would be a dream come true anyway. And if I manage to get the job done, I'm at like the position that puts me in. I mean, if I want a quick title, then Kai. So I just walk in, slap him, and walk home with it. Drive back on a plane. First round, I'd beat him. Reggie's it's another tough fight, but I do think I'll get the job done against him. And again, I think I'll beat John, but that'll be my favourite fight.
Yeah. And you said earlier as well, you're still training MMA. Is that something that you maybe looking at getting back into as well, or you want to stick with the BKFC?
I just I'm going to stick with bare knuckle for the time being. But I just love wrestling and jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, so I'll always still train, even if it's just a couple of sessions a week.
Yeah.
For wrestling and stuff, it's all good for cardio, and it breaks the week up, because I don't particularly like boxing. Do you know, if it was just strictly boxing with gloves, I probably wouldn't do it. It's a bare knuckle factor that excites me. So
yeah, I mean, I've heard people say that have done bare knuckle and then they maybe go and do a boxing bout just to keep kind of active and busy and things, and it's almost just like a spa for them now.
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt.
It just doesn't excite me as much as bare knuckle.
No,
like for me to have a gloved fight now, it'd have to be for money. That's the only thing I would have a glove fight for, or like charity, or a bit of fun. That's apart from that, then I'm not interested in gloved fights.
Aye. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the Tyson Fury and Ngannou thing? Do you think that's a bit of a...
I mean, I'm happy for Ngannou. He's out there getting money, but I think it's just going to be a one-sided beat down, and Tyson Fury will just dance around him. I mean, but saying that, Francis does have a puncher's chance, and he does hit hard, so
yeah,
we'll see. But I think Fury takes that pretty easy. What do you think?
I don't know. Like you say, puncher's chance. I mean, he hits hard. He does hit hard, and obviously he's getting trained by Mike Tyson as well. So I mean, he's going to pick up a couple of tricks there. But is it going to be enough to be an absolute out and out? I think Tyson could just, like you say, pick him off and dance around him in and out. Land a few combinations, and that's it.
I just think Tyson's just got too much for him. He's like the best heavyweight boxer in the world, arguably like ever in the world. So you're not going to get a guy who's making his debut come in and win the fight.
Yeah,
you have to be very lucky for him to win.
I think it'd be close to, or it's similar setup to me to Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
obviously he was, one of the heaviest punchers in the heavyweight boxing, and could he really box? I think it's a similar kind of setup to that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Aye. I don't know if I've asked you this question before, Robbie, but what does fighting mean to you?
I fought since I was a kid, so it's kind of like everything.
Yeah.
I started off boxing when I was about 13, moved over to kickboxing, then MMA, and I've just done it ever since. So I kind of like fell out of love with football and in love with fighting. So that's all I've done for a very long time now. So,
do you think it keeps you on the path of, it keeps you focused and everything, and something to do and something to aim towards as well?
Yeah, like you always look forward to your fights, and you have like a 6 to 8 week camp where you're pretty strict and you're training really hard. So keeps you on the straight and narrow as well. And you've got some good lads in the gym. And it's always, good morale boost when you've been there. You always come out happier than what you did when you went in.
Yeah.
So that plays.
Do you struggle at all when you don't have an opponent, kind of, or any fights lined up or not? Or...
Oh, I hate it when I don't have a fight. Like even now, like I know it's 7 or 8 weeks away. I'm thinking, can I squeeze one in? So I might be jumping on King of the Streets. I've been in talks with them over the past 2 days. So
right.
I'd be going back over there.
Is that going to be over in Europe, is it? It's not going to be over here?
No, in Europe somewhere. So we'll see what happens.
Just a quick one, eh?
He offered me an opponent, and I said yeah. And the guy turned it down.
Right.
Shit house. Said,
hard lad living down Bellevue, Hartlepool. Good luck, Robbie. Hope you win, mate.
I don't live on Bellevue, but I know where it is. Some family do.
Good stuff.
Thanks, mate. Though. Cheers.
Yeah, John Ronald, that was. So on the other side of that as well, then, why do you fight? I know you've said you've done it since you were like young, and it's like kind of into you. Is that the reason why? Because it's bred into you, kind of thing.
I just enjoy it, like everything about it, like even the pre-fight nerves, the training, the attention you get after, like just everything about it. The only thing I don't like is losing. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
Yeah.
And diet. When I have to diet, that's shit as well, because food's class. I love food.
But sweet corn on a pizza, it's just weird.
Gotta keep it balanced, haven't you? I like vegetables and the healthy stuff. You've got your carbohydrates there with the pizza base. You've got your cheese. There's fats. You need a bit of like peppers and sweet corn to balance it out.
Some of your 5 a day, I suppose, innit?
Yeah, healthy diet and all that.
Well, look, it'll be getting cold, and I appreciate you coming on as always, mate. Thank you very much. I wish you the very best of luck, and I'll speak to you soon, my man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Brilliant. See you later, Robbie. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, bye.
Roy Brown, ladies and gents. Just fighting for him is just going to work, isn't it? That's what he's doing. Cracking lad, and great that he's given back as well to the charities and the work that he's doing there as well. Unbelievable. Big shout out to you all in the comments. Thank you very much. Big Talker, Rick Doherty, John Ronald, Gavin Cole, Sol Sullivan, Philippe Sebo. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much. And especially to Rick Doherty there for the super chat, £10. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. This week, I've got a few lined up this week as well. Only a couple of weeks away from the BKFC in Liverpool, the prospects, and that, show your support to these lads. Go along. If you haven't been to a BKFC show, go along and support the lads, because there's going to be some top talent coming through. Again, thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you all, and I'll speak to you all soon. Like and subscribe, or don't. It's up to you. Go over to my Instagram to see who's going to be on who's going to be my next guest. That's the way you can keep up to date with things. So in the Red Corner on Instagram, Corner with a K. Nice one, everyone. Speak to you later.
For the fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world, out of the Red Corner.
In the Red Corner podcast is proud to announce that it's now part of the Violent Gentleman family. They're a Northern Irish-based company and supply great fighters like Danny Christie, Jack Draper, Connor Cook, amongst many more. Make sure you go over to Instagram and give them a follow.